Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy Eddie Hearns on Deontay Wilder. He's completely lost his mind. Eddie Hearns couldn't quite believe what he heard from Deontay Wilder in a recent interview with the former heavyweight champion. Eddie Hearns can't quite believe the manner Deontay Wilder is carrying himself. And since losing to Tyson Fury last year, Wilder has made repeated headlines for hurling accusations around about a conspiracy behind his loss to Fury, firing his longtime trainer Mark Breland and suggesting his water was spiked. From his perspective, Hearns says From his perspective, Hearns says the destruction of Wilder and Breland relationship is a sad state of affairs. I listened to Deontay Wilder's interview last night, Hearns said, speaking to IFL TV. It was so bizarre, I don't like it really because Mark Breland, for a lot of people who are a little bit younger than me, you probably never got the chance to watch Mark Breland fight. What a fighter and a good boxing man. He's dedicated his whole life to the sport. I kind of feel a bit bad that it's kind of ruined his legacy in the future when you talk about Mark Breland. You won't be saying this guy was WBA world champion and what a great fighter and he was a good trainer. You'll be saying this is the guy Wilder accused of spiking his drink. Go and listen to that interview by Deontay Wilder last night. He's completely lost his mind. When you start talking about yourself in the third person, let me tell you what kings do. What are you talking about? Kings. Yeah, because I'm a king. You're not king, mate. You got beat. You could become king, but you're not at the moment. He's like, the reason Mark Breland's doing this, and I thought this all along, he's actually jealous of me. So what, he threw the towel in and he spiked your drink because he was jealous of you? Either way, Hearns is left puzzled by Wilder's actions and wonders why the former champion has been out of action for so long. I don't like either of it. It's never nice when that was obviously a strong relationship at one stage. And I don't like it when it goes bitter. I don't know. Deontay Wilder just pops up on bizarre YouTube channels. Have you noticed? He's not giving interviews to traditional media like major outlets. And he just pops up on some random thing. Sounds like he's sort of relaxing a little bit at home and I couldn't believe it when I listened to it. I couldn't believe it. So this is what it is. All right. My brother, Kraken, we did something a while ago, talking about Deontay Wilder, and he said he never liked Deontay Wilder. And for people who are going to say, we cooning by talking about Deontay Wilder, we ain't cooning. We know the real. My brother doesn't like Deontay Wilder because he felt like he was barely making it out of his fights. And he can't, because my brother's a huge boxing guy. He said he can't slip the punches well. He doesn't know how to control or cut off half the ring. And he doesn't know how to defend. His defense is horrible. He has no jab. And I mean, the guy was making it out of fights barely from what I was watching. And my brother said the same thing. Nobody hates Deontay Wilder. Wilder now trying to act surprised because he put out stuff saying that, well, I'm surprised that my trainer came back at me. Your trainer came back at you because he's tired of you destroying his name. And then he finally just said, you know what? I know I've been quiet. He was trying to be quiet about it and be the bigger man and take the high road. But, he was like, you know what? F this. I'm just going to air this dude out. And he aired you out. Let's see. The trainer. I think I got that article. Let me see. I think I got that article here. Trying to see if I got it. I remember I read it the other day. Okay, here it is. This is what for everybody who's been working a lot like I do or have been just worried about other stuff. Breland, Wilder's career is over. He doesn't train. I'd beat fighters on his resume. Basically saying the fighters that Wilder was fighting were cupcakes. Former world champion and 1984 Olympics gold medalist Mark Breland has come out swinging against his former understudy Deontay Wilder. Breland was Wilder's career-long co-trainer along with Jay Diaz, but after the former WBC champion dropped his first career defeat to the hands of Tyson Fury last February, the Bronze Bomber decided to contentiously split from Breland, billing his coach, among other things, as disloyal for throwing in the towel as the Brit was bullying him the entire night with a vicious barrage. Breland has mostly been quiet since he split with Wilder, who is 42-1, 41 KOs in October, but the coach took a turn on his stance and clapped back against the 2008 Olympics bronze medalist. Wilder's career is over now. I'm done and he's done. I'm done with him. Wilder only has his power and we'll see how far that takes him. That's all I'm going to say. I wish him well and that's it. Breland told the Fight Is Right. Breland also commented about Wilder's allegations that he spiked his water. So many people know me. My character speaks for itself. If you're looking at tapes or whatever and stuff like that, you don't ever see water in my hands. And regardless of that, I'm there to help you. My attitude is when you win, I win, said Breland. Breland then switched gears and offered his take on Wilder's allegation that Fury gloves were compromised and took a jab at his cohort Diaz while doing so. If Fury did, I don't know. I doubt it very much. But at the same time, he ain't going to beat Tyson Fury, said Breland. Jay Diaz was standing right there when the man was getting his hands wrapped. If they put something in there, either Jay's blind or Jay is right there, or Jay is right there when he's getting his hands wrapped, and he didn't say anything. But to be honest, that's how much he knows about boxing. Hell, he probably could have put a cast up in there and he wouldn't have known. Following the loss, Wilder offered several reasons as to why he succumbed to Fury, including that his elaborate costume was too heavy and drained his legs before the fight even started. Breland said he's not buying Wilder's list of excuses. Some people can't take a loss. If you lose, you lose. Don't blame everybody. Go back and think about it yourself, said Breland. Come on now. Only foolish people come out with stuff like that because it's crazy. Breland also gave the boxing world a behind-the-scene look into Wilder's tendencies and preparation habits in the gym. He don't jump rope, he don't hit the speed bag, and he don't hit the heavy bag, said Breland, adding that Wilder doesn't have a jab either. To fight a guy like him, I would out-jab him. I don't think he'd be able to touch me. I'd put him to sleep. The jab can bang that chin and put you down. If I boxed the guys he boxed, I'd beat them. That's the bottom line. You say he has some good wins, a good win, just that Luis Ortiz fight. That was it. So basically, Breland just went in on him. And then Deontay Wilder came back with this. He fired back with this. Hold on. I'll pull it up. Okay. Deontay Wilder comes back and Mark Breland says ex-trainer betrayed him. Wilder wastes no time in responding to his former trainer's criticism. Well, it's no surprise that Deontay Wilder didn't take too kindly to his former trainer's recent criticism of his work ethic and boxing ability. So coming back to respond to Mark Breland's comments, Wilder says Breland has revealed himself for the jealous snake he is. Check out some excerpts of what Wilder... Oh, hold on. It's crazy, bro, Wilder began. It's crazy because I had this man around me for so long. You know what I'm saying? I had him around my family, my kids. I fed this dude. Even when many people thought I outgrew him. Many wanted me to fire him, but I kept him on board. And to hear all these things that he's saying, it's crazy. You should have been gone a long time ago, but because of the love that I had You know what I'm saying, to continue to give you a job and all that, even after the fact of all his medical issues that he has personally going on with himself, I still kept him around. And for him to betray me and say crazy stuff, it's a little hurtful, only for the simple fact of how close you had him around family and even playing with your kids. But God is good, man, and things happen for a reason. This just even furthermore allows me that he had something deeper rooted hate about me, and I can't understand why. Why the F I do what I do, nothing but bless, and he know what type of person I am. I bless, I look out for people, I keep people in their homes, many families, even fighters. But for it to be deeper embedded in him to feel a certain type of way is just like, where is it all coming from? Is it because of where I am in life and your career was short? It could be a jealousy thing. When you hear him talking about things like he was talking about JD as pouring the water and ish like that, and the gloves wasn't tampered with and stuff like this, it's crazy. How you could say another did something that we really don't have no proof, although we know what the deal is. We know what's up, man, but it ain't really no proof. But you want to debunk something that we have all the proof of everything of. It's crazy. I told Jay, I think Mark did something to my water. I'm telling you, brother, I know how I felt in that ring. That wasn't me. If people understand how I felt in that mother effer and what I was able to do under all that pressure and ish that was going on with me, man, they looked at me today and salute me every time they see me and say, champ, I don't know how the F you did it. All this ish is coming full circle. It's all making sense now of all actions this dude had. He's been envying me. He's been jealous of me. Bro, and now all this ish is truly coming out. And I told Jay, I said, the thing is keep your friends close, but your enemy closer. As you can see in that first Fury fight, he wasn't even in the ring. He left right after the fight was over, like he was mad or something, like my guys was paying attention. And then in the second fight, he was the same way. His energy was off, like he didn't really want to be around and ish like that. Like he already knew something was up, and now look at him. He running to the UK people doing interviews. You want to break your silence to the UK people talking about somebody else poured the water. Nah, mother effer, you did that ish, but it's all good, bro. It's all good. You talking about this the end of my career. This is only the beginning of greatness. But for you, my friend, it is the end. So basically, he fired back because Breland basically hit a nerve. Look, I'ma stick by what I saw in the fight and from watching it again. And I watched the first fight again as well. And Tyson Fury was outboxing you the whole fight. You just caught him with that right and he fell asleep. Just like all your fights. Deontay, you have so much potential, but I tell you, like I tell my students in the past, like I told my boys, I tell my brother and everybody, unless you put in the effort or work, you're not going to win. And it showed, just like the Kansas City Chiefs got their butt whooped. Tyrann Mathieu doing the same thing you doing, trying to make excuses. Look, you lost. You lost. Take your L, move on. Take your L. All this conspiracy theory and what do they gain? What does Mark Breland gain? Just think about this, Deontay. And all the people out there who gonna probably come and hate this video because it's the truth. What does Breland have to gain by spiking your water? Breland is pissed off because your work ethic sucks. You don't take your craft serious. And the guys you were fighting, he felt like they were bums. I mean, anybody could have beat them. And looking at your record, 42-1-1, and you got 41 knockouts. Dude, that's not great. That means if you don't knock somebody out, you're not finna win a fight. Usually when people have a 41-1-1, they have probably like 20, maybe 23 knockouts, KOs, or maybe if they might hit 30, but that shows their boxing. That shows their boxing. That shows their, how do I say it? That shows their savvy. That shows their dedication and their work ethic. And Breland is right. Dude, you have no jab. You had no jab in the fight against Tyson Fury twice. Fury whooped your ass. That was it. He whooped your ass. Now, I don't know why you can't accept a loss and move on from this. Like, I have no idea why you are still harping on this. You know, I'm trying to figure this out. Like, why are you harping on this? Dude, you should have been back in the ring. You should have been back in the ring by now. You should have been training by now. You're too busy still worried about this Tyson Fury fight. Who cares? Who cares about what happened in that fight? A real fighter would have said, you know what? I lost, so I got to come back. Like, I just don't get it. It's like, dude, you got outboxed. Your footwork was terrible. I don't know what was going on with your footwork, man. You was all over the place, man. It's like, look, man. Look. You lost the fight. You got beat. Like Breland. Breland told the truth, man. You had no moves. You was doing the same thing. You looked at like a mannequin in the store. Like, seriously, the mannequins that's in the store that be doing the pose, that was you. And Tyson was just on top of your head. And it was messed up because a lot of people lost money betting on your punk ass. You was supposed to go in there and whoop Tyson Fury ass. Now you trying to blame the suit. like the suit was the problem. Nobody told you to wear the goddamn suit, man. You should have left the suit alone. You should have left the suit at home, man. If you knew the suit was going to do that to you or anything, then I would understand. Then you shouldn't have worn it. You should have said, you know what? I'm not wearing the suit, man. I'm going to take this seriously. If you were serious about it, you wouldn't have worn no damn suit. And even if you did, back it up. Don't blame the suit because you can't fight. You can't. I watched the whole fight again and I watched it again. I'm trying to find a lot of flaws where Tyson was cheating. Tyson was whooping your ass in the first fight. He was beating you up in the first fight. And if not for that right hand of God, we call it, you would have been asleep. So look, you have got to stop making excuses. Go out there and win. Win. Do you, and I want the people on my page, do you understand why I respect Tom Brady and Kobe Bryant more than why I like them more than Michael Jordan? Because they actually went through defeat on the biggest stage. They lost in the Super Bowl in the finals. That's why I like Bill Russell. That's why I like those guys over Jordan. I'm not hating Jordan. Jordan was undefeated, but we never got to see Jordan lose in the finals to see if he could come back and answer the bell. We never seen him in a bad light. That's why him and Joe Montana, I put them in their own categories because they're flawless. They're flawless. You have to put them up there against everybody, just like Floyd Mayweather. They're flawless. Floyd, Joe Montana, Tom, and Michael, they're flawless. But Kobe, Tom, and Bill Russell showed you, even in defeat, I'm going to come back and be a champion. And they did it. Kobe did it twice. Tom did it once without Belichick, and he showed you I was the Patriot way, not them bums. So Deontay, all I'm saying is come back and win. Stop with the excuses. If your fans want to make that excuse, let them make that excuse for you. But you need to go into the ring. You need to say, you know what? I lost. I got my ass whooped. I should have read my Bible more, or I should have been really working on the jab. I should have been working on jabbing and playing defense, bobbing and weaving, slipping through punches. I should have learned how to cut the ring off. I should have got my footwork ready. But you know why I didn't do it? Because I'm a loser. And I'm going to keep being a loser until I wake up and tell everybody that I got my ass whooped. Man, like, comment, subscribe, share this, hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you like the page, you could donate. You could donate to the page. My name is Welcome, the word welcome, the number 2, and then HDIITV. Thank you for listening, and we're out. Daisy.